Welcome back to the Mo Mayor podcast, where we talk about sports, and you guessed it, more sports. Today, we're joined by our special guest, Luke Ortolani, and I'll let you do the rest of the introduction.
That's it's Luke Ortolani. Round of applause for Alani. We
Thank
call
you,
him
thank you, thank you, thank you.
the
Oh,
whole
it's a pleasure
the
to be
whole
on.
the whole 10
That's a
people that are
pleasure.
gonna actually watch this. Um Lonnie, if you want to give them a little background, teams you like, stuff like that.
Yes.
Yours.
I am all Philly sports teams. Go Birds. Great free agency this past week, which has been great. I'm also an Adamo roommate. I am just upstairs, and yes, that's my just up
You're right above me.
right above, right above.
All right, so we'll just jump into it. Obviously, NFL free agency opened up this week, and there's been some pretty big signings. So we're gonna go right to the Eagles signing. Um, and
Cover your
yeah,
ears, Giants fans.
I don't really want to talk about it, but Sean, you could take this one because I don't want to talk about Barkley. But
Well, there you go. Saquon Barkley signed with the Philadelphia Eagles for a 3-year, $37.75 million contract.
Listen, I'm not a
Go for
fan.
it.
I'm not a fan of paying running backs, but if that means we're stealing one of the Giants' best players, I will take it any day. And you know what? This will not be another DeMarco Murray situation. The Eagles are going to use Barkley the right way. He will not get injured. And behind that O line, they're going to do great. Almost guarantee it.
Yes. So this is a great signing, I think, for the Eagles from an outside perspective. Felt like they needed another running back. I hope Barkley knows he's getting 0 carries in the within five. But yeah, it's a great signing. I feel like the Eagles needed a running back to really complement the passing game if they needed. And this is a great signing, and I'm happy for you guys and for the Giants fans out there. What a salute me.
I
Yes.
don't like it. Well, okay,
You
from
got
a
Devin
football fan's
Singletary.
perspective, it makes the Eagles. It makes okay. We know.
You got
So on
Devin
that
It makes
note,
the Eagles
Singletary.
better
That's
from
your
a football
guy,
fan's
man.
perspective,
so
obviously.
on
I
that
mean,
note,
he's
on that
probably
note,
the second, if not third best running back in the NFL behind McCaffrey. From 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 a from a fan perspective. From a fan's perspective, that's what it is. From a Giants fan's perspective, thank God I didn't order his jersey. Never did. And thank God that he's gone.
Don't worry, man. I'll get you one. I'll get you a Saquon jersey. I got you. I
so
got
moving
you.
on, kind of segueing into what
Thanks.
Monty was talking about. The next one we should talk about, as it was previously mentioned, is Devin Singletary signed with the Giants for 3 years, $16.5 million. I also want to point out that Devin Singletary, at every year of his career, has made the playoffs.
Listen, listen. They're meant to be
Well, that
broken.
ends this year.
Yeah.
That ends this
But you know what? Listen,
that
Devin
ends this year.
Singletary, 3-year deal. We like that because that means they should have offered Saquon a 3-year deal as well, but they didn't. But they signed Singletary. So, you know what? He played for the
Whatever.
Bills. Wasn't bad. Played for the Texans, wasn't bad. Just mid, kind of, but
I thought he had a good year with the Texans last year, personally. I'll put his stats up right now on screen. But I felt like he had a pretty good year for the Texans, at least. He definitely helped complement that passing attack from CJ Stroud. So I'll give props to that.
Yeah, I don't think I was mad. I think I knew Barkley was leaving. I think it was just the destination he went was what ultimately made me more upset. If he went to
Yeah.
like the Texans, it's like whatever, not a rival.
Okay, I need to
I
ask
would
you
have,
this question then.
and he went to the Eagles, so it's like why?
So would you be more pissed if you went to Dallas?
It's tough. Probably not because like I knew like Dallas doesn't win, so why would I care? Like the Eagles like have proven that like they can kind of win, so that kind of scares me a little bit, and I don't want them to win anything anymore because I'm a greedy Giants fan. So no, I would have rather have him gone to Dallas, yeah, because I also don't have to deal with it living down here.
that's fair. How would you deal with
So,
the Tiki? How do you feel about the Tiki Barber comments that came out about saying how Saquon was
Honestly,
dead to him?
it's kind of ironic because I'm pretty sure Sean, you would definitely know this. Didn't he like disrespect Eli Manning after he retired or something?
that's why when
He
they
said
had his Ring
something
of
about
Honor
Eli.
celebration, every Giants fan in the stadium booed him. So yeah, Tiki I don't think is well liked in New York anyway, from like most
No.
Giants fans.
He's the last person that should be talking about that. If like Michael Strahan came out and said something, whatever. Not gonna argue. Super Bowl
Well,
champion, one of the greatest
his
ever.
whole argument with Eli is that he lives in his brother's shadow, which is so ironic because he also does, because Rondé Barber is.
Yeah,
Rondé
yeah.
Barber is superior.
Like, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And even if like, bro, he got 2 Super Bowls against the greatest of all time, so I
Yeah.
don't know what shadow he's still living in.
Yeah, I mean it's
That's Hall
still
of Fame.
it's still a very big quarterback besides the Super Bowl years, but
That's
still
that's Hall of
Robert.
Fame. That's a Hall of Fame quarterback right there.
Yeah, and the sky is red.
Yeah. All right, conversation for later. That we can definitely debate that for a while. I think the next major signing we have to talk about, and this is kind of reflects back to the mock drafts that I was doing, is Kirk Cousins signing with the Falcons for a 4-year, $180 million deal. Similar enough to Daniel Jones, maybe $20 million more, not fully guaranteed.
See,
I personally, I'll kick this one off. I think that's a good signing for Atlanta. They needed a quarterback. Kirk wanted out. I don't think he necessarily wanted to leave Minnesota, but I definitely think that he ended up in Atlanta. I think Atlanta has a relatively bright future ahead of themselves. Their offensive line's improving. They got a great running back at Bijan Robinson, and their wide receiver core is questionable, but I'm sure they will improve that as time continues.
No, definitely. I think I literally like as that trade went down, the first thing I thought of Sean was like the Vikings trading up to go get like Phoenix or something at quarterback. Because I was like, that would like make sense for them. I just don't know what they would trade because they lost Danielle Hunter, they lost Kirk Cousins. I think Jefferson will play there this year. And that'll probably be it for him. I don't think if they can't get him a quarterback, because you can't leave the best wide receiver in the NFL with Sam Darnold or Josh Dobbs throwing him the football. It's not going to work.
We should also probably mention the Sam Darnold then signing there for 1 year. I forgot how much money it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that. I think the next signing we should talk about
just to
is
go back to the Kirk Cousins, I think 180 mil is crazy for him.
For a 1-win quarterback in the playoffs, yeah.
Well, my whole thing is I think Kirk Cousins is a good addition for a team up for that contract if they're one player away from being that team. But I don't think they are. I don't know. Like they have a bunch of question marks on offense, so I'm like, I don't know if that would like be the
They need
best.
to
I
resign
think
them.
he's
They need
also
to
35 years old.
Yeah, I think the
They
first
need-
2 years could be all right, but like I just like their ceiling isn't that good, and paying that much for like I don't know for 100.
They had a wide receiver this year. His name was Scotty Miller. I think they need to re-sign him. Definitely
Yeah,
a
I think
champ.
they need to resign Scotty Miller.
Let's not have bias on
Oh,
this.
oh, whoa, 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 whoa!
Oh yeah.
Breaking news! This isn't football. This is baseball. Dylan Cease has been traded to the Padres.
Whoa! Look at that.
Whoa, whoa! Well, that
Traded
sucks as a Yankees
Fernando
fan.
Tatis.
That sucks as a Yankees fan right there. We'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit.
I think we should also quickly just knock out the running back signings, the big ones at least.
Yeah.
So Josh Jacobs to Green Bay, 4 years, 48 million. Derrick Henry to Baltimore, 2 years, 16 million. Tony Pollard to Tennessee, 3 years, 24 million. Austin Eckler to Washington, 2 years, 11.43 million. And DeAndre Swift to Chicago for 3 years, 24 million.
This free agency feels like NBA free agency. Like semi big names just going to absolute powerhouses. Maybe not powerhouses,
Fair
but
enough,
like
so Eckler.
completely moving around the league.
Yeah, I've never seen
Not
so
just
many.
respecting Eckler, just Washington's got a way to go.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I also think the Bears overpaid for Swift. That's just me.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think that's a lot of money to be giving out to running back right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Pollard deal isn't that bad. The same thing with the Eckler deal. It just 24 million for the Pollard deal and Swift are the same thing. But that's just a
I
lot
feel
of
like
money.
this is where Eckler is going to fade. I think this is what
Yeah.
happened, right? You're a good running back. You kind of lose it 1 year. You take maybe a little bit of an overpay to another team that's way worse, and then you just kind of lose your way, and that ends it all.
So next up, not trying to brush over running back. It's still an important position in the league, but just I think the wide receiver market right now is picking up. As you know, T. Higgins has been franchise tagged by the Bengals. I think he's going to get dealt though, personally.
He
And
requested
then
a trade.
we talked about the Mike Evans re-signing, 2 years, $41 million. Let's not dwell on that. The two ones I want to talk about the most are the Michael Pittman deal. 3 years, 70 million, re-signing with Indy, and then Calvin Ridley today, as of March 13th, signing with Tennessee, 4 years, $92 million. I remember hearing 50 million of that was fully guaranteed. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
I mean, for Titans, they refused to pay AJ Brown, which was 4 years, 100, but then a year later decided to do a 4 year 92 with Calvin Ridley. I mean, I don't know what the Titans are doing, but I think that's a little too much money for Calvin Ridley. I think he's a good player, but for I don't know because they're going to use him as a wide receiver one, which I don't think he really is at this rate. But I guess we'll see where they go. But
Yeah.
if they, I like a bet if they wait, is Diop's on their team? Right?
D-Hop's on a 4 year, if I remember correctly there.
Oh, okay, all right. I like it more a little bit then, but
So they're going to use him
Yeah.
as a 2 then.
Yeah,
all
but
right.
still, Ridley is 29 years old and signing a 4 year contract to me, that's as a 29-year-old receivers. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Diop's older too, but still, it's like, and it feels like he came in the league recently. It's like
No, I know.
2018 came in the league.
I think Odell's still a free agent. That's for some. Yeah, like I don't think he's signed yet.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get a big deal. The contract he signed with
No.
Baltimore last year was awful.
No, he won't.
Yeah.
He won't get a big
Signing
deal.
Odell in 2024 might not be on a lot of the team's bingo cards.
Yeah,
Possibly.
he might not be signed, honestly. I can see a world where he gets signed as like a 3, but I know Odell doesn't want to be a 3. He wants to be a
It's just-
1 or a 2.
Injuries derailed everything. It sucks to see, but he got a Super Bowl
Yeah.
ring. And
Yeah.
he'll
I
go
didn't think
down.
he was horrible. I thought he was serviceable last year. I mean, I didn't watch many.
He
Ravens.
was. I don't think they used him correctly.
They didn't
Yeah.
use him at all. Like, he only had, I think,
Yeah.
20. I'll put the stats up right now. I think he only had 20 catches, maybe. Let's be generous. He had barely any receptions. I think I saw if they use he got a stupid amount of money per each reception, which I was laughing at.
No, yeah. Well, let's go. Hold up. Because we did brush over the running backs. Derrick Henry to the Ravens. I want to talk
Okay,
about that.
that's true. Yeah, we can come back to that.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. I don't know how much Henry has left in the tank, but I think that's pretty solid, especially when you think about what he did to them in the 2019 season in the playoffs. Then when he absolutely ran over the Ravens, it's kind of fun to see.
I'm just questioning if that moves the needle against a team of Kansas City or Cincinnati. Because if I look at the AFC, I'm looking at those. Those are the 3 teams I'm looking at because Buffalo just seems to do the same thing every year, where they do really well, they get hyped up, and then they lose to Mahomes. So I'm kind of just looking at the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Chiefs. And is that Derrick Henry signing enough to move the needle?
Well, I think the Ravens took a step back personally.
You
I
do?
think so too.
I think they lost a lot of defense. Yeah.
Yes, because specifically the loss of Patrick Queen to the Steelers, which is a 3-year, $41 million deal, is killer. Because that was a really good linebacking deal between Smith and Queen. And now with Queen gone, I think that's a big deal breaker right there. Don't get me wrong. Roquan Smith is still a fantastic linebacker. I just think that you have to have someone to pair him with. And just losing a great generational talent in Patrick Queen right there is just brutal for the Ravens defense.
Mm-hmm.
When you lose the fourth all-time leading rusher in Gus Edwards, they'll also take it even though.
Oh yeah, Gus Edwards to LA's to the Chargers for a 2-year contract, I think, or was it 1 year?
2-year deal.
2 years, $6.5 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I feel like they're third in the AFC right now, behind because obviously Cincinnati, Joe Burrow's 2. And then obviously Mahomes is 1, because how are you going to say Mahomes isn't 1?
Yeah. Sticking on the defensive side of the ball, we should also talk about what's his name? Bryce Huff, because that's the former Jet, and that hurt a little bit. But he's gonna have a good home down in Philly. He's great. He's a great player, without doubt. I know you texted me as well when you guys got him, asking oh, is this a good player? I'm like, oh, he's great. He's got a great get off time. Works a great pass rushing move. He is one of the fastest get offs in the league. So he's really good. High pressure rate, good sacks. So good pickup by you guys.
Yeah, there were a lot of rumors before the tampering period that they were interested in him, and I looked him up. Yeah, he had like 10 sacks. So yeah, looking forward to it. And
3 years, $51.1 million.
A lot of sacks with low snap rate, which is interesting. So I guess we'll see how he does. I think he'll get a higher percentage because I think Josh Sweat and Reddick will be gone very soon. So
definitely Reddick, I think.
Did the Eagles hire their offense and defensive coordinator already? Like, I think I missed some.
Yeah. It's their offensive coordinator is Kellen Moore now, the Chargers.
Okay.
And then Vic Fanny Pack Fangio, because he was our state.
Yes.
Yeah, as a coordinator.
You're right. I don't
Um,
think we talked about it because it just happened. Russell Wilson to the Steelers. I know we're bouncing
yeah.
around here, but I feel like that's what free agency is. So I'm just moving around.
It's definitely an interesting move. I mean, I understand that the Steelers aren't super happy with quarterback performances recently. But is Russell Wilson really the right answer? I think he's kind of cooked. He's pretty
Uh,
old, and he's just his arm talent and his legs. I think he's just kind of cooked. So that's how I view it, at least.
yeah, I agree. I
Low
don't.
cost, high reward. It doesn't
Yeah.
hurt them at all. And worst case is they just draft a quarterback the next year. I like the move.
No, that,
Yeah,
that's true. It was a very cost
but
efficient move.
the issue is that they always go 9-8 or stay above 500 for Mike Tomlin's pitiful
Sure.
record, and they won't end up drafting a quarterback.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It was kind of crazy though, because like the one draft that they like wanted a quarterback after Roethlisberger retired was like the worst draft class in history.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
guys remember when everyone thought the Malik Willis was going to go second overall to the Lions that year as
Dude,
well?
I
Oh
was a
my
big Malik
gosh.
Willis guy too. Has not worked
Yeah.
out.
I want to shift back to the NFC East now and talk about something that will make Adam a lot more happy. The Brian Burns trade,
And
originally
Burns.
franchise tied by Carolina, and then trades the Giants for a second and fifth round pick.
So
Woof.
happy.
That's a great deal by the Giants right
So
there.
happy. I'm happy with that. He's really good. And I think with him, with Dexter, and I know Kayvon has had his issues getting sacks, but he's going to make Kayvon's life so much easier. And Dexter's already, probably, if not the best, second best at his position in the league. So
Yeah, y'all
yeah,
got him at a good
super
price.
happy with that.
Yeah.
Second and fifth.
What
I
was
also
it?
think that people are over exaggerating us losing Barkley. Like we lost Barkley, but like our offensive line is so bad. Like, what was he really gonna do that like a lot of backup running backs can't do behind our offensive line? So it's
We
like,
got Evan Neal, right? Oh wait.
yeah, Evan Neal. Yeah. So it's like whatever, really. Our defense is really good. Like we let McKinney walk, but like for 68 million, he can walk every day of the week.
Yeah, I was gonna say for that he signed with the Packers for a 4 year, $68 million contract, like you said. Sticking in the safety department, let's go with CJ Gardner Johnson, who just signed with the Phillies, the second stint now with them, for 3 years with a max of a $33 million deal. I think that's a pretty good move by the Eagles trying to rebound, just rebuff up their defense again. I think it's a good move. So, Lonnie, your opinions?
He's back home. I love it. Listen, we forgive his comments for what he said last season. We forgive him. It's an upgrade. We needed a safety badly. I think him and Reed Blankenship for now are going to be way better than last season. So I would say that. And plus, he replaces like Avante Maddox, who's been injured like all the time. So I like it. Not too much money. And he was good when he played for us. He was good last season. So I'll take it.
Wait, now, Lonnie, do you think that, like, from an unbiased perspective, where do you, in terms of, like, you look at the Niners and you look at the Lions and you look at the other NFC, like, where do you rank in terms of those 15 or however many teams there are in the NFC? Like, where do you think you guys are at?
Listen, we're top two, and we're not number two. We're number one.
So,
This is the year of the Eagles. We got we got two experienced coordinators. They're going to do well. All right, they know what they're doing. Our offense, absolute weapons. Our defense, improved. Definitely can still be improved. I think if we draft a corner or another safety, it would be perfect. So, I'm looking forward to next season, and I think this is the Eagles' year.
oh dear, it's a
Wow.
countless experience. Anyway, I also want to just quickly just mention again. Yeah, free agency is super random. It can happen at any time. Joe Flacco just signed with the Colts.
Whoa, that's interesting.
1 year, 8 point
That's
4.5
crazy.
million guaranteed, 8.7 million. That's up to with incentives.
That's crazy.
Per Adam Schefter.
I thought he was gonna retire.
I thought he was going to retire too, but no, he's back.
I would retire on top, man.
Well,
That's a
he's
good way to go.
backing up. He's just gonna back up Richardson. So
Until
Well,
Richardson.
Richardson will be out after week 4, so he'll be
Yeah,
playing.
this is why I try to tell people about Richardson. So he's got to like learn to like protect himself more.
Yeah. All I
Um,
will say is about Richardson is our good friend Will, who's a Florida fan, did not like him in college. He said he wasn't a good quarterback, so I take that to heart. So
On another side note, I just want to flip back to the Eagles again because I want your thoughts on this. Jake Elliott, their kicker, 4 year, $24 million.
he is. I don't know if he's the best, but he's definitely like top three. Well deserved. You should get any penny he gets. He has saved. He has won us so many games last season because our offense could not do anything in the red zone. And he can kick 60 yarders with his eyes closed. So
Yeah, we know that because we were at a game where he kicked a 64-yard game winner.
Yep. Yes, he did, and that was
Need to
Super Bowl
be.
year. That's great. Great year.
Yeah,
Great year.
we don't have video from that, by the way, of us witnessing that. But yeah, we were there.
Yeah.
What else?
I think we've covered most of the big ones here.
Yeah, that is most of the big ones, I would
So
say.
we're gonna jump to a little bit of spring training, and then we have a quiz for Lonnie here.
Oh,
for
yes.
Philadelphia Eagles trivia.
Yes.
Let's
So
start with we're Yankees fans, or the two
So
of
do
us are.
we want to
I'm
rage
a
right
Yankees
now?
fan. I know Yanks.
Do we want to rage right now, or do we want to rage later? I'll put it that one because you
just
know
do
what
it
I'm
now.
talking. All right, let's
Just
do it
do it.
right now.
So Garrett Cole's out for 2 months, probably. It says 1 to 2 months, but it's the Yankees, so they could be lying to us as they normally do. Which kills the Yankees. And now that Dylan Cease is in the Padres, our last hope is Blake Snell. And for some reason, they just won't give him the money that he wants, even though he just won Cy Young. And I would give him the money because it's the Yankees and we have a lot of it and we don't use it, which
Yeah,
doesn't add up.
yeah. Just why? Like why? And everyone's told, oh, he's gonna get an MRI for his UCL, and everyone's like, oh no, it's Tommy John. And honestly, I'm kind of happy he's not out for the year. It's not, confirmed to be Tommy John
No,
yet,
I'm
but
so thankful that it's
when-
not Tommy John, but my issue is that Aaron Boone loves to lie to people about injuries. He said that Cole's was just a like they scanned the MRI just to make sure. Like there was no concern, just to make sure. Walk out of class today, 20 minutes ago on my phone, out for 1 to 2 months. Best pitcher in the league is out. That's killer. Um, that's like our ace. Now we have to start Stroman. I think they're starting Stroman opening day or something, unless
Ooh,
Rodon picks it up. He had a great outing
oh
today.
dear.
That'll be a
Um,
disaster class if they put Rodon out there opening day.
yeah, I would not be
Yeah,
happy.
we're not picking up.
I'd be okay with Nestor going opening day
Yeah,
too. I wouldn't
yeah.
care as long as it's not Rodon.
Yeah.
In Houston, it's not a good look.
No, I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Phillies, Lonnie's Phillies haven't done a whole lot, free agency wise.
We did two moves. We did two moves. Well, at least ones I know about is we got rid of Craig Kimbrell and we signed Whit Merrifield.
Yes, swim
Not
marathon.
that
That's
Phillies
actually
have
good.
to make moves.
Yeah, like he's a utility player. He can play really anywhere. So don't need the move. They're kind of just running it back, which I like because they were
But
very
then again, that's what if it's done. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
exactly. Lately, our issue was Craig Kimbrell and we got rid of him. So
Yeah.
yeah. Just
I
if our bullpen, we just gotta make sure our bullpen stays steady. And if we can find a fifth starter, that's like not bad.
You're 2 games away from winning the World Series, and then you're a game away from going to the World Series again.
That was so tragic. We should have won that.
There's nothing broke in Philly, so don't fix it.
True.
Yeah.
I agree.
Except bring back the powder blue jerseys, considering they just got rid of them.
And bring back Dollar Dog Night, even though they said they're not.
Oh, and now it's BOGO, I heard, but bring back Dollar Dog Night.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Listen, BOGO's great, but nothing beats Dollar Dog.
Agreed.
Speaking from an offensive lineman.
Yes.
Definitely.
Can't wait to hit the ballpark. I know you guys can say the same thing.
Oh yes. Can't
Oh
wait
yeah.
to get back into the Bronx.
Can't wait to get off at 161st Street
Oh
and
yeah.
take the subway.
That'll be the time.
Yeah.
Well, Lonnie,
Um,
before we take this quiz, Lonnie, we just want to get your thoughts on we're gonna start with the NHL. Who you think is a powerhouse right now, how your team's doing, and who you see winning the whole thing.
I'll be honest, I really only follow the Flyers, but I do know the Canucks are doing well and they're overachieving.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I would say that they're really good. So and I know Columbus Blue Jackets usually suck. So hopefully I'm pretty sure that's true. So
Okay.
but my Flyers, I'm liking it. I like when my team has low expectations and they surmount those expectations. It was kind of like with the Sixers for me, like their first year making the playoffs, like after the process, like we were not really expected to do much. And it was like such a fun team to watch. That's kind of look at how I look at the Flyers right now. And if honestly, if they it looks like they're gonna make the playoffs, I mean, we'll see. But if they do, I think that's just like great for the organization because we're just keep getting like first round picks and trades and we're still getting assets while also like still competing. So I'm looking forward
If you
to
guys can just stay ahead of the Islanders, you guys are gonna make the playoffs. Like you guys probably feel like have it like locked up for now. Just stay in front of the Islanders. That's it.
and I like hockey. I just only follow when the Flyers are doing good, and luckily they have been. And it's been fun to watch. So, and I
Also,
love Torts. I love Torts as a coach and Travis.
that's it. Also, Torch should not be suspended.
I agree. I agree. He had an argument.
Yeah,
And
and a gentleman argument.
That's it. But
All right,
All right,
let's get to
Lonnie,
this
well,
thing.
same thing remains with basketball here. Same
mm,
questions, just instead of NHL, it's basketball, NBA.
basketball. Who do I
Who do you
like?
think's winning it all this year?
Who do I
And
like? That's a good question. Let me go to NBA real quick. Hold who do I like? I like not the Celtics because I'm not a fan of the Celtics. Who is my? This is my. I'll give a dark horse team. Actually, not really dark horse. I do like the Thunder. They're doing pretty good, but I don't think they would win the whole thing. I think they'll probably be like second round exits if I'm being honest, just because they're so young. But I like. No, I've been liking the Knicks lately. I'm not to win the whole thing, but as a team, I enjoy watching them sometimes. They're not bad. But the Cavs, I like the Cavs. I'm
that's a
fan of
good
the,
dark horse.
I like Evan Mobley. I like Darius Garland. I like Donovan Mitchell. I just like their Jared Allen. They just have a lot of like depth on their team, and I think they're a young team, so I don't really know how far they would go. But yeah, I don't know. I think they got like a good roundabout team, like vets and young players. And I would also like to shout out the Hornets, Pistons, and Wizards. It wasn't your year this year, but hopefully,
Or
in the near
JB.
yes, yes.
Yep.
But in regards to my team, we are currently seventh and in the play-in, which I don't know how I feel about that. But it was going well in the beginning of the season. Loved Embiid, killing it, getting 50 points per game, like in his sleep. So that was great. But I have not been enjoying this latest skid because Embiid has been injured and probably out for the season, may return for the playoffs.
I
but
think that they should sit him.
I agree. But
I don't think.
I think like if Embiid was healthy and playing right now, I would feel very confident about the Sixers making it far, honestly. But it's just like they have a lot of good like role play, like Oubre, Healed, like Kyle Lowry, Meldon. I just feel like they have a lot of like solid like role players, and then they have Maxi and the corpse of Tobias Harris. We also have, but
He's a shooter.
he's a shooter, man. But right now, I don't feel great about the Sixers, but it can change if Embiid comes back. They'll just like I don't know.
Yep.
They're just very middle of the pack right now. They win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game, or lose three straight. But not looking for. I think they need to rebuild a little bit next upcoming seasons, but we'll approach that when the time comes.
Yep.
But for now, we shall see where the Sixers go.
Final
Very up in
segment
the
of the
air.
day. Final segment of the day, Lonnie. Quick little
Okay.
1920 question. Philadelphia Eagles quiz for you.
Oh, let's do it.
I'm going to share the screen.
Oh, perfect. Okay, cool.
You're going to be able to see
Okay.
everything here.
It's easier for me.
I think that this should work. Hold up. Let me switch my tabs. And I will get this up right now.
I'm
Is
making
that
this
your-
jump.
All right. Awesome.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay. So I turned the timer off. So because the timer was like 4 minutes, which is crazy. I
Oh,
was
Jesus.
not gonna put you under pressure like that. We're gonna
Okay.
start with the first one and go down.
All right. First one, current Eagles scoring Jalen Hurts. Should
Oh,
read?
I
Do you
wish
want
we had
me
the
to-
video when you your reaction when you drafted him. I wish we had the video.
Oh,
That was
yeah,
hilarious.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Should I read them out or just like
Yeah.
We can
Okay,
read.
okay. All right. Quarterback who threw for 33 touchdowns in 2017. Oh, Carson Wentz. Dude, I almost said Foles. That was threw me off. I actually
All right,
I was
Well,
you want me to read them?
next
off
one.
and then you
Nick
can
Foles
answer?
back up. What's up?
I'll read them off and then you can answer.
Oh, okay.
All right. Receiver who had over 100 1,400 yards in 2022 and 2023.
AJ Brown.
Nickname of former running back LaShawn McCoy.
Shady.
Quarterback and coach who led the Eagles to 4 straight NFC Championship games in the early 2000s.
Andy Reid.
And quarterback.
And who's the quarterback?
Quarterback. David McNabb.
I was like, you should be on that one. This next one you had a whole video about, so you better get this one right.
Former
I know
Oregon
it.
coach who led the Eagles from the 2013 to 2015.
4 results. Hey, he started out good. Chip Kelly. What the
Victorious quarterback who had one of the greatest fantasy football games of all time in 2010.
In 2010?
Yep.
Victorious quarterback.
I can think of a name.
Guess it's Mike Vick. I guess. Has to be, right? No.
No, Michael.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I was saying he's the only quarterback that's
I was
starting.
like trying to think. No, because Nick Foles threw for 7 touchdowns in one game.
That was in 2013.
That was not 2010. That was in 2010.
Yeah.
Sports mascot from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, who's in full. Shoot.
I feel like you know this, but like it's
I
not.
probably should. I don't.
If you want to skip it and
Green,
come back
Green
to
Man,
it.
Green Man. Try to say Green. Oh my God.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I can't believe I got that. That was
All right.
That was the one. I was
Eagles leading rusher in the 2000s.
In the 2000s.
Yep.
Brian Westbrook. Has to be right. Let's go.
There you go. Player who said, "I'm not the one who got tired in the Super Bowl."
Oh, I don't know that. Can we skip that, or does it like?
Yeah, you can come back to it.
Okay.
I actually think I know what that one is, but I'm going to keep going. Keep going.
Talented runner who is the Eagles quarterback from 1985 to 1995. That's Randall Cunningham.
I think I'm spelling that.
I just saw the next
character.
Santa. Oh, sorry. You should read it. My bad.
Fine. Defensive end who is known as the Minister of Defense.
Oh, Reggie White?
Yeah.
Nickname of former Eagles quarterback Ron Jaworski.
Ron Jaworski. I think it's his jaw, I think. No? Oh, I don't know.
I do Jaws or Josh Jaw?
Try Jaws. I don't think that would be.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That works.
Okay. Good job.
Okay. That works.
Okay.
Name of the Eagles current stadium. Oh, I know this
Lincoln
one.
Financial Field.
Yeah. You just have to click the link.
The stadium before that.
Veterans Stadium.
You say veteran?
Veterans, I think. Let's go.
Yep. Former safety was known as Weapon X.
Brian Dawkins.
Sorry, random side note. Eric Kendricks is signed with the Cowboys.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
All right, Lonnie. We're gonna go back to this one. Player who said, "I'm not the one who got tired in the Super Bowl." Now, I don't know the Eagles that well, so I'm not gonna say anything. But if you want me to say something, I feel like I might know who it is.
I feel like I might know who too. Player who said, "I'm not the one who got tired." Okay, I'm gonna guess 2 guesses. My first one's gonna be Jason Kelsey. If it's not him, I have another one. Okay. Try Terrell Owens.
That's my guess.
Come on.
There you go.
Yeah, you got it.
Yep. I was thinking
one of
I
the
feel like
two.
Jason
I
Kelsey.
was going to say because Terrell Owens trashed on him the week now. So my guess was that.
Well, my guess was that because he had a very serious injury. I forget what he did with his leg, but during the Eagles Super Bowl when they in the early 2000s,
he tore his ACL for that.
Yeah, that's or something like that. Yeah, it was towards ACL, and I don't know. I just assumed he just would say that because, like, I don't know. But okay, wow, let's go.
Good job.
Not sure how to unshare my screen. I'm trying to figure this out. I think
we're doing a
press
here.
Press share screen and then
we're cutting this from the video, just so you know.
Oh, we are?
Yeah. So as soon as you get it, like wait a second, then go again.
Okay. All right. Give me a second then, because I do not know how to do this. Oh, there it goes. Okay. All right. Well, Lonnie, perfect score except for the one question, but we're not going to count that because
Hey, I got it. I was testing the waters. I was trying
you
to see
did
what
get
it.
it.
Yeah.
You did get it. But that'll sum up episode, I think it's 8, I believe.
Yes, this is
Wow.
episode 8.
Mayor podcast. Lonnie, Luke, we thank you for coming on today.
Oh, thanks for having me. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure.
And we'll see you next week.